Hello, my people. I'm back with another episode, and this is Fight Card Boxing. And guess what? We have here. We have the rematch between Joe Walcott versus Roy Jones Jr. You remember how the first fight went? It went into a draw. So Roy felt that he won the fight, same way that Joe felt. He felt he won the fight. So let's go ahead and both parties, the both management teams, promoters, everything, even I'm pretty sure the fans, they agreed and they felt that a rematch would really be good for boxing, right? Especially for Roy Jones Jr. career that we're managing him. So he is 9-3-1 with 9 knockouts, and Roy Jones Jr. just needs one win. He needs to hit 10 wins. Then from there we start rolling to see which fighter we can roll on so we can fight for a title shot. Well, Roy can fight for a title shot. So really, we really want one. We want Roy to win one of those belts. So, but today he has to prove it. Fighting Joe Walcott for the second time, and we'll see if Roy Jones Jr. can make it work. If today he can get a victory, because that first fight was just not convincing. Both fighters fought real good in that first fight, but I think Roy could have won. But Roy just slipped a lot of momentum, and a lot of energy, because I felt that in the later rounds he kind of got tired and he just wasn't slugging that aggressive like he was in the start of the fight. So now I wanted to tell you also, we could have up to a trilogy. This is the second fight on a rematch, but we could also have up to 3 fights. We have to roll, of course. If we hit an even, then it can happen. An odd number, no. So 3 fights, that's the maximum. After that, there's no more rematches. So let's go ahead. What I did, why did the rematch happen, was because I rode. I explained it on the last video when he fought Walcott. Um, that after when the rematch, when the rematch wants to be considered, whether it was a draw or loss, whatever, we roll 2 dices, and if it lands on even, is yes. They consider it, and it happens. So let's go ahead and get this bout started. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Joe Walcott, listed at 6 feet, 74 arm reach, 70 bouts, 465 rounds, 49 wins, 20 losses, 1 draw, 31 knockouts, 67 work rate, 6 intensity, 7 rounds of bout. That's where he fatigues in the 7th, and 70 on endurance. He loses in the 6th and 7 on the judges' scorecards. His highest punch is an 8. Roy Jones Jr. listed at 5'11", 74 arm reach, 76 bouts, 503 rounds, 66 wins, 10 losses, no draws, 47 knockouts, 79 on work rate, 7 intensity. He gets fatigue also in the 7th, 78 on endurance, and he loses on the 8 on the judges' scorecards, and his highest punch is a 9. So let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Remember what I told you on the 6-sided die here. 1, 2, and 3 is for the offense, and 4, 5, 6 is for the defense. So here, of course, since Roy Jones Jr. work rate is higher than Joe Walcott, he will be on the offensive side, and Joe Walcott will be on the defensive side. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our way to start this rematch, second fight between these 2 gladiators, these 2 warriors that went at it in the first fight. But it just kind of didn't convince us. We didn't know who really won the fight. But today, let's see if Roy Jones Jr., our guy, can finally get the victory and shut a lot of mouths. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr. ready to go. Let's it go. That will be an 11. Oh my God, look at this. Oh no, that's going to be on the card of Walcott. He hits a multiplier. That is not good news. So Joe Walcott here in X mean that, oh my God, hit a multiplier. He hit a 1 on the die. Here we go. Walcott, what he's going to do, times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And ladies and gentlemen, he brings down Roy all the way down to a 54. And just like that, Walcott is already starting in the first round aggressive, and he already showing signs of he wants to put Roy Jones Jr. in the canvas early already in this bout, in this rematch. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr., what is he going to do here? He lets him go. That's going to be a multiplier also. Oh my God, we have a war, ladies and gentlemen. A multiplier, 6-5, you see? 6-5 right there. And he hit a 4 on the work rate. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr. times 7 on the intensity. He gets 14 only, but he brings him down to a 56. So both fighters, man, they're going at it. They're slugging. They're really, throwing their dukes out there, and they're really. This is a war. This guy's. They're not playing around. They're not messing around. The first fight, it was kind of, it was aggressive too, but it was not aggressive like this one now. In the first round, we're getting everything that we couldn't get early in that first fight. Here we go. We're going to the judges' scorecards. And let's see how the judges saw this first round. Here comes the first judge sets 6. Oh my God, and Joe Walcott loses on his own card. 10-9 for Roy Jones Jr. First judge like Roy. Here we go. Second judge. That's going to be a 7 also. Oh my God, that's on Walcott's card. Unbelievable. And Roy's going to take this round with him. We're going to the third judge. And that's going to be a 10. So Walcott gets that last judge, but it don't matter. Roy is going to win this first round 10-9. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to fight. Both of these fighters, they want to knock out each other's head off because they really want to prove. They have something to prove today. They want to show the world that they are the better fighter. Let's see if our guy Roy Jones Jr. got what it takes to win this fight, this rematch. Here we go. And of course, to get his 10th win. Roy lets him go. That's going to be on the card of Roy. A 33 good work rate, a 7. That is 7 more off of Joe Walcott, bringing him down to a 49. Here comes Joe Walcott. Let's see his roll right here. What is he going to do here in the second round? He lets him go. That's going to be a 29 and hits a 10. Oh my God, 8 off of Roy, bringing him down to a 46. So that was a real good bout right there. Good round for both fighters. Here comes Joe Walcott. First judge says that's a 7. That's going to be on the card of Roy Jones Jr. So he gets the first judge. 10-9. Okay. Second judge says a 2, and that's going to be Roy again. Oh my God. And Roy Jones Jr. back-to-back winning 2 rounds in a row already. The third judge says a 10. That's going to be also for Roy. So Roy is going to win all 3 judges. And now he's up 2 rounds to none on Joe Walcott. Unbelievable, man. We're starting to see a winning fighter like Roy Jones Jr. like himself. He was in real life, I don't know, he was a pound for pound heavy, you name it, in any class weight division. He was a world champion, man, he was explosive in the light heavyweight division. I mean, even in the super middleweight, he was super fast with those hands, and man, one of the best to ever do it, right there with Muhammad Ali. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr. in the third round. What is he going to do? This will be on the card of Roy. That's a 53, a 7. 7 more off of Joe Walcott, bringing him down to a 42. Okay. Here we go. Joe Walcott. He needs to hit a multiplier because he wants to get ahead of this fight. He can't trust the judges. He's already down 2-0 to Roy Jones Jr. Here we go. What is Walcott going to do here? That's a 61. Hit his work rate. That's a 4. 4 will be 8 off of Roy Jones Jr., bringing him down to a 38. So, man, I'm telling you, Walcott is hitting Roy Jones Jr. really hard with those punches. There we go. What the first judge said. So that's going to be an 11. That's for Roy Jones Jr. 10-9. Okay. Roy Jones Jr., what is he going to do here? Second judge says a 7. That's going to be for Roy. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Roy Jones Jr. is about to win a 3rd round in a row. Man, I'm telling you, that's going to be a 7 again, and that's going to be on Roy Jones Jr. card. And look at this. He is now up 3 rounds to none on Joe Walcott. And I'm telling you right now, despite that, Joe Walcott is having a great fight. He's taking a lot of, putting a lot of damage on Roy Jones Jr. endurance. He has him all the way down to a 38, and we have not even got a half of the fight yet. You know, to the 6th round. So that just tells you that Walcott says, I don't care if I lose. I could lose all the judges, but I'm gonna knock out Roy Jones Jr. And that's what we're about to. Well, hopefully it don't happen because we want Roy to win. Here we go. That's gonna be on the card of Walcott. He hits his work rate 47. That's an 8-6 more off Roy Jones Jr. Bringing him down to a 32. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr. What is he gonna do here? Oh my God! What a fight! What an epic fight we have here, Roy. That's gonna be a 6. He hits a 44. Hits the work rate. That's 7 more off Joe Walcott, bringing him down to a 35. Now, once again, we're going to the judges' scorecards, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully Walcott can at least win a round here because, man, he's down. That's a 9, and he's going to get one. Well, he gets the first judge for the first time because he lost all those first judges in 4 rounds. Here we go. 10-9 on the first judge for Walcott. Second judge says that's going to be an 8. Oh, my God. Roy Jones Jr. loses in his own card on the judges' scorecards. And now Walcott is going to get this round number 4 on his favor. Third judge says that's an 8. Oh, my God. Roy Jones Jr. loses all 3 judges. And Joe Walcott is now going to get around, and Roy is still leading by 2, 3 rounds to 1. But man, it's been a really great fight. Joe Walcott already has Roy Jones Jr. to his last 32 endurance points, but also Roy has Joe Walcott down to his last 35 endurance points. So this is a tight fight, close fight, just the same one that we've seen in the first fight. Here we go. Walcott, what is he gonna do here in the round number 5? And that's going to be on the card of Joe Walcott. That's a 97. Oh, he misses work rate. And that is good news for Roy Jones Jr. bringing back up from the 32 back to a 39 in endurance for Roy. And that's great news for him. He just wanted Joe to miss one of those work rates in any rounds because like that's how Roy's going to be able to bounce back and get the lead even further. Here we go. Roy, what is he going to do here? That's going to be a 94. Oh, my God. And Roy is also going to miss that work rate and bring back up from the 35 all the way to a 42 in endurance for Joe Walcott. And both fighters miss. They both even, and this is a tie round. It's a draw. 10-10, and man, I got to tell you, we are experiencing the same fight that we saw in fight 1. And man, Joe Walcott, I don't know what's going on. He was starting pretty good from the first round and so on, but Roy Jones Jr. is just showing determination. He's like, oh no, somebody's gonna go down, and it's not gonna be me. I'm gonna have to knock this guy out, because I don't want to go into another draw decision on the judges' scorecards. Here we go. Joe Walcott. What is he going to do here? That will be on his card. He hits an 86, ladies and gentlemen. Another miss for Joe Walcott, back to back. And now that takes even further. Roy Jones Jr. endurance points to 46 now. Man, unbelievable. I cannot believe it. Here we go. And Roy Jones Jr., he needs to take advantage of this. He cannot be messing around. Missing work rates also. Like Joe Walcott. Walcott has already missed back-to-back in the 5th and now in the 6th round. Here we go. What is Roy going to do? Roy lets him go. That's a 23. Good work rate. A 4, that's 9 off of Joe Walcott, bringing him down all the way to a 33. So that's an automatic 10-9 round since Walcott lost. I mean, he missed. And there you go. Now Roy Jones Jr. is up. He increases that lead to 3, 4 rounds to 1. Man, this is a hell of a fight we are seeing right now. And now this is where both fighters get fatigued, and both will receive 3 additional damage points if they're hit with a work rate. Here we go. Roy Jones Jr. Round 7. What is he gonna do here? This is gonna be his role. What is he gonna do? Roy Jones Jr. This is his card, and guess what? Look at this. 38 on the work rate and hits a pair of 6s. That's a multiplier. And Roy could probably finish it here. Let's see if he can. 7. He needs to hit a 6. Here we go. Roy. That's a 2. Oh my God. 14 plus 3. That's 17. Bringing down Walcott all the way down to a 16. So I'm just going to put here an X, meaning that he hit a multiplier. And he can win. He's going to win this round if Walcott does not hit a multiplier on this roll right now. Here we go. Walcott, he's like, man, I'm in big trouble. I'm in the verge of losing this fight. Here we go. Joe Walcott, what is he going to do? And that's going to be 66. Ooh, he just hit his work rate. 7, that would be 6 plus 3 more, 9, bringing down Roy Jones Jr. endurance to a 37. And now we're going to the judges' scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. Who are the judges gonna favor? And this will be an 8. Oh my God! And Roy, once again, he loses in his own card. It's a 10-9 for Joe Walcott on the first judge. Here we go. Joe Walcott with what the second judge wants. How he saw this fight. That's an 8 right there. Once again, another lost round for Roy Jones Jr. as he loses that back-to-back on his own card again. The second judge. Here comes the third judge. It don't matter. I mean, Walcott already won this round. That's a 6 on the card of Walcott, and he loses the third judge, but it doesn't matter. It's 10-9 right there for Walcott. And oh my God, no. I'm sorry. What is that? No. I am so sorry. I made a huge mistake. I mean, Roy Jones Jr. got hit with Roy Jones Jr. hit Walcott with a multiplier. So, no, there's no way that Walcott's gonna win that round. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I don't know what am I doing. This is automatically a round for Roy Jones Jr. because he hit the multiplier. Remember, on the rules of John Turnbull, it says that if a fighter, even if he hits his work rate, and the other fighter hits him with a multiplier, that fighter with the multiplier wins that round automatically. So that's the rules, and that's good, Oh my God, I got scared. I mean, I didn't get scared, but I was like, what? Well, hold on, wait a minute. Why am I seeing this X? That's a multiplier. I forgot about that. So it is now Roy Jones Jr. 5 rounds to 1 on Joe Walcott. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a great fight right now that we're seeing, but it looks like Roy might wind up taking this one with him and winning this rematch. He just needs to hit Joe Walcott with another multiplier or a few heavy shots, and he'll get him out of there. Let's see. Roy Jones Jr., what is he going to do here in round 8? Can he finish this one off already? Here comes Roy. That's going to be on the card of Joe Walcott. That's a 17, hits the work rate, and 8 at 6 plus 3 more, 9, bringing down now Roy Jones Jr. to a 28. So Joe Walcott is playing. I mean, he's fighting really. Now he's fighting for his life. It's like it's now or never. You know what I mean? So he needs to hope that Roy Jones Jr. misses on the work rate right now in the next following rounds if he wants to have a chance to come back. Here we go, Roy. What is he gonna do? That's going to be a 7. Hits him with a 7-7 plus 3. That's 10. Bringing down now Joe Walcott to his last 6 endurance points. And we're going to the judges' scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. That's going to be on the card of Walcott a 10. He gets the first judge, 10-9. Now we're going to second judge. Second judge a 7. He likes Roy Jones Jr. 10-9, and now we're going to the third judge. So whoever wins this third judge is gonna win the round. Here we go. And that will be an 8. Oh my God, that's on the card of Roy. And Roy's gonna lose once again on his own card. And now that is a round for Joe Walcott. And now is Roy 5 rounds to 2. Joe Walcott has only won 2 rounds in nearly 8 rounds, so he's really been struggling. I mean, he's been fighting really good, really, and landing some real good shots on Roy Jones Jr., inflicting some good damage points on his endurance. But Roy is just, he's getting the best out of Joe Walcott. Here we go. Joe Walcott in round number 9. What is he gonna do? That's gonna be on the card of Joe Walcott. That's a 60. Hits his work rate. That's a 9. 7 plus 3 more, 10. Bringing down Roy Jones Jr. from a 28 to an 18 on endurance. Here we go, Roy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the moment, the special moment, the final moment here. Roy just needs to hit his work rate, and this fight is over. Here we go. And that will be a 74, a 6, 7 plus 3 more, 10, minus 4. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Fight is over. And Roy Jones Jr. has won the fight. And let's see if it was by knockout or TKO. But the fight is over. He hit him with a 6. He hit the work rate 74. And hit him with a 6 is 7. Damage points plus 3, the fatigue 10. And that bring him from a 6, bring him down to a minus 4. And that's it. The fight is over. Let's see how Roy Jones Jr. won this fight. That's a 66, so that's a TKO. Wins by TKO in the 9th round. So yeah, I think that Roy Jones Jr. just, kept hitting him hard, and I'm pretty sure Joe Walcott was right there toe-to-toe with Roy, and they both probably were bleeding or had some cuts or they had a swell eye, who knows, but they were going at it, and Roy, how great he was with the footwork and his body movement. He'll make you miss with the head movement, wobbling and weaving, and he was just, and he back out and go to the rope, he was just phenomenal, one of the greatest of all time. And Roy Jones Jr., I'm pretty sure he probably caught Joe Walcott on the jaw, on the chin or something, and Walcott probably fell to the corner, to the ropes, and that's where Roy Jones Jr., he went at it with everything, and just, that's when the ref comes in there and stops the fight and says, that's enough, that's enough of the beating, this fight is over. So, ladies and gentlemen, Roy Jones Jr. wins the rematch against Joe Walcott. And I hope we don't get another fight, but it's not gonna happen because I have to roll on other fighters. But Roy Jones Jr. now he's gonna go to 10-3-1, 10 wins, 3 losses, and a draw with 10 knockouts. And Roy Jones Jr. is eligible. Roy Jones Jr. is eligible now and has the right to roll on a heavyweight world champion and fight for their title, and he has the right to do that, the privilege. So hopefully we can roll on one of those, world titles, and we could fight for one and get one. So I hope y'all liked the video. This was Fight Card Boxing from John Turnbull from Powder Blue Sports. And Man, what an epic fight. What a great fight we just seen. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you liked it, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'll appreciate it from the heart. And y'all stay blessed and stay safe out there, right? And I got to get to work. um, I'll be coming with more videos of these fight card boxing sooner. I don't know if tomorrow, I don't know when, but I'm sure we'll do something. But I also got to I got to get on that drive time football also. All right, and I have some other projects too that I want to do. All right, I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.